Welcome to the Back to Me podcast, where we help multicultural incoming freshman women and men manage their entire college experience throughout post-graduation to successfully transition into entrepreneurship and corporate workspaces as new hires.
Back to me. Oh, I turned it around. I'm back to me. I finally figured it out. I'm back to me. So when you think you have nothing, back to me. I go back to me. Yeah, I'm back to me.
Hello, everyone. It's your host, Yoli Tamu. In honor of Women's History Month, we seek to bridge the gap between generations. In today's episode, we invite back one of our inaugural Back to Me ambassadors, Ms. Jaelyn Graves. As a senior at Tuskegee University, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in nursing with a minor in psychology, Jaelyn was recently elected as the Vice President of the National Pre-Alumni Council on her campus. Find out how she is developing both character and professional skills as a member of the council, and how the National Alumni Council is bridging the gap by getting the viewpoint and perspective of current college students. Welcome to the podcast, Jaelyn. What's happening?
Hello. Good to be here. How are you?
I'm great. Congratulations. A recent election.
Yes. Pretty recent. I appreciate that. Thank you for the congrats.
Absolutely. During Black History Month. How about that part?
Like right on time, too. Right on time.
I love it. So yes, we're definitely here to celebrate Women's History Month, and I'm so glad to have you. I wanted to get some student voices, and I was so grateful to you and the other ambassadors for coming on and just helping me create this podcast, particularly for students like yourself in the health space, and so I was just grateful to have you. So what have you been up to these last 2 years since we spoke?
2 years. Time flies by. Flies by.
2 years.
A lot has been happening over these past couple of years. I've been just, improving my work habits, still in nursing school. So I graduate next spring, reaching the end.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I've just been up to that, dedicating myself to Pre-Alumni Council. My love for that has grown tremendously. So I want to continue investing in that. And also just create a nursing page to kind of just dump all of my nursing videos, to relieve my phone of some storage, and to also educate other nursing students that may, come across the page.
Wow. So you're already paying it forward and you're not even finished with school.
No, I definitely haven't finished yet, but yeah, this is my contribution to the world.
I love it. A nursing resource page. So what is that? Like a diary of sorts? What is a nursing resource page?
Yeah, so it's just a place where I go and I talk about my nursing experiences during clinical, during any skills labs that I may have, just about different study habits, different things that I learn over the semester, and just how my character develops over the course of the rest of my nursing classes that I have.
Wow. So it's like the viewer gets an inside view into how you developed and grew, and along the way, we get to walk along the journey.
Yes, definitely. That's the main goal for the page, is just to see, hopefully it's inspiration to other nursing students, but yes, just to see how the character develops over the years.
Very cool. And that's good to hear. As a young person, you're already thinking about character development, how important that's going to be.
Yeah.
Get out there and become a professional.
Mm-hmm. Especially being a nurse.
Yeah, you have to have a compassion about you, wouldn't you say?
Yes, compassion, dedication. You have to really have a love for people and a love for caring.
I love that. Now, are you going to specialize in something in particular in nursing? What exactly? Oh,
well, upon graduation, after I pass the NCLEX, I do plan on traveling for a couple of years. My end goal is to become a midwife. And so I want to do my travel experience first to get my med-surg experience, my basic human experience, so that I can move on to helping mothers, pregnant mothers deliver safely, holistically, and, in the best way possible.
Wow. A midwife.
Yes, especially in underrepresented communities.
Absolutely. That's great. That's wonderful. So now in this new title, in this new role as Vice President of the National Pre-Alumni Council, tell us about this council and your job responsibilities. What's that about?
Yes, so I first got introduced to National Pre-Alumni Council through the Pre-Alumni Council on my campus. I've been a part of that since 2018, my freshman year. So yes, I just got the opportunity to attend conference in 2020, and I learned a lot about my professional development skills. I learned a lot about that. And so I got inspired to, stick the course and try out for a National Pre-Alumni Council position. So basically, prior to this year, I was also the NPAC parliamentarian. And in that role, I was a part of, connecting with National Alumni Councils, which is NAC. We're two umbrella organizations under the UNCF. And so our end goal is just to continue supporting UNCF because they offer scholarships for minority students. They offer job opportunities. They offer internship opportunities, professional development skills. And so in this role, I will be able to continue that pattern and to continue offering those resources to other college students that may not know about these opportunities or that may not be afforded the same chance to have these opportunities.
Wow. So what inspired you to go after the council or to be a part of this organization?
Just seeing the value of it, like I said, when I attended a conference in 2020, I felt really inspired. I felt like I was able to be myself and grow into myself as a leader, as a professional person in general. And even though, they didn't have a lot of opportunities for specific nursing majors, I felt like I was able to grow in skills that I could apply towards my career. So my resume skills, my speaking skills, interview skills, all the above, networking skills specifically. So seeing how that affects the livelihood of college students, I wanted to be a part of that. And I wanted to have more of a direct connection with that. So I feel like that was the perfect way for me to serve that capacity.
That's great. That's really good. And you've been with this organization for how long? How many years?
NPAC, National Pre-Alumni Council, I've been with them. This will be going on my second year, but with pre-alumni councils in general, since 2018, my freshman year.
Wow. I was thinking that you've had some prior experience to know to go after this type of organization.
Yes, seeing the course and seeing how they've developed over the years and how valuable it is, I definitely felt the pull towards it.
Mm-hmm. And so you are sponsored and supported by the UNCF?
Yes. NAC and NPAC are two organizations under UNCF, and we give back to them by having conferences and raising money for them as well. So in conference, we have moments where people that attend conference and, friends and family can donate to UNCF so we can continue basically just continuing the cycle of conference and being able to donate to the UNCF and being able to provide scholarships, all the above.
Excellent. And so I was telling you at the top that our theme is bridging the gap between generations. And it sounds like there's a natural connection here on how to do that. So how specifically are you guys bridging the gap with the older population, we should say?
That's what National Alumni Council is. It's a lot of alumni, specifically older alumni, few younger alumni, but majority older alumni from the 37 UNCF member institutions. And so all of them coming together and wanting to put conference on for the younger students, it's important to have the ideals or the viewpoints of younger students, which is what kind of prompted the merging of NAC and NPAC in terms of hosting the annual conference, to kind of get the viewpoint and better understand what students need, what college students need and deserve out of the next stages that are to come out of graduation. Mm-hmm. So it's just learning how to communicate.
Okay. By example, by these mentors.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, we talked about this annual conference, and at this conference, there are, career recruits. Is that happening at these conferences?
Yes, it is. This year we had, I want to say 20 to 25 organizations coming with recruiters to kind of pitch themselves, pitch their organizations, and internship opportunities that are available. Some people do have the opportunity of getting hired on the spot, which is why all attendees for conference are required to upload their resume onto a portal so that all of the recruiters can see before even, meeting them in person. Still have to have them in person, but, it kind of makes the transition more seamless.
Mm-hmm. This sounds like a great organization. Do students find out about your council through student affairs? I mean, how would you even know about the council, that it exists?
So, the 37 member institutions, they're already on campus. So it's kind of easier for the students to know about these opportunities because they've been on campus, they have an impact on campus. But as far as outside of member institutions, I want to make a broad assumption and say that a lot of people have heard about UNCF. And so it really just takes a simple research on UNCF's page and seeing, what they have available and how to be a part of a National Pre-Alumni Club.
This is great. I love it because of the advancement of, like you said, student professionalism, that you're developing those skills and that they can possibly walk into a job at a conference.
Definitely. To speak on a little personal experience, I think I mentioned this earlier, but there's not a lot of opportunities for nursing students. But I did, during this career fair, I did get the opportunity to meet someone at the UNCF table, and she told me a host of opportunities for any major, any grade level, any classification. So it's just a simple talking to and a simple, reaching out to realize that you don't always have to do something within your major, but it could still do something for your major,
Right. And see, that's something a student wouldn't know, like you said, unless they sought it out or researched it. So I'm always thinking about our listeners that, as you know, on this podcast, they're incoming freshmen or they're graduates heading out into the workforce. And, sometimes they just don't put the effort into research or they don't even know how to start.
Yeah, exactly.
So do the counselors on campus usually know about your council? Is that the introductory point, possibly?
For me personally, it was just more so word of mouth because Tuskegee University has an organizational fair to where all the campus organizations can register to present themselves and what their purpose is. So that's how I got introduced to what Pre-Alumni Council was. And then, just kind of seeing the dedication that they put into it. They had their own scrapbook. They had they're pretty well known around Tuskegee University's campus. They're pretty heavy on campus over the past few years. So I wanted to be a part of that legacy as well.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering on the council, do you guys ever think about those types of things? Just really getting students to, want to advocate for themselves? Because I don't know if you guys experience this, but sometimes they just don't even think beyond, as you said, their major or don't even think beyond what is possible. So do you guys have these types of conversations on how to get the word out more? Or is that an agenda item? Or as you said, if you want to know, you'll seek us out.
Well, it is an agenda item, I will say, because over the years, it has been more of a hidden thing. COVID has had a major impact on the accessibility for organizations. So specifically Pre-Alumni Council, we are trying to make it a point to reach out to other HBCUs and talk about Pre-Alumni Council, talk to the other member institutions and kind of seeing how they're holding their end of the bargain to see how we can introduce that into our student life to see how, that influences more people to come and be a part of Pre-Alumni Council, to continue the cycle of, reaching out and seeking out these opportunities. Because if you see more people, involving themselves in that because of the influence that another institution has, it kind of just, prolongs the cycle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's the goal. That's the goal, is to really get that out there.
Mm-hmm. And the reason I ask about it is because, you hear so many students nowadays that are trying to decide, do I even need to go to college? Should I just go and just get a vocational certificate and just jump into a job? There's so many advantages in being on a college campus to be a part of a council such as this and to be at a conference to get recruited. So, they need to know these things. So I'm very happy for you. Congratulations on the role. And I know you're going to do well there, man, because your character is already developing. For somebody that wants to be a midwife, wow, you already are connected to people. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So now I always like to, wrap up. I think about our listeners, and encouraging words is always like what we like to end with. So for a young person that's listening, seeking to just improve character and professional development, do you have some words of advice for that person?
Yes. This is something that I've held by close to my heart for the longest time, is to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable in any situation to be outstanding. Because if you stay within your comfort zone for too long, you're not going to progress much. You're not going to see things that, you haven't been exposed to before. You're not going to learn about other opportunities that may be out there for you that may better serve you than what's directly in your face. So, taking those risks, being open to criticisms as well, and just, don't be afraid to be the only one standing out there. Don't be afraid to be the only one speaking out for yourself, because if it's not you, then nobody else is going to advocate for you as hard as you are. So, be open to, the criticisms that may come with that, because, not everyone's going to sit well with that. But, stay true to your own course and you're going to be just fine.
I love that.
And lean on other people. See the value in other people and lean on them.
And not be afraid to do it.
Yeah, exactly. You may stop your biggest blessing.
So now if they want to find you on IG, or is there even your link to your nurses resource page, how can they contact you? My personal page
is Jaelyn Malia. So that's JaelynMalia 1_ at the end. And then my nursing page is called Jerry's Journals. So it's JerrySjournals.com. No, it's just on Instagram as well.
Oh, okay. All right. This is great. Well, I'm so glad you were able to speak with us. And man, 2 years later, look at you.
Thank you for inviting me back. I feel like it's a really full circle moment. You talked to me when my hair was really red and really short.
Hey, you're styling then, you're styling now. I love it.
Thank you. Well, thank you for inviting me back. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And thank you for always supporting us and supporting me. I appreciate you.
Of course, I will always shout you out.
Oh, thank you. All right, lady. Well, you take good care of yourself, and I'm just going to continue to watch you fly.
Thank you. You have a great night.
You too. Take it easy. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us. Contact your student activities office and find out how you can benefit from the National Pre-Alumni Council on your campus. For more information about other episodes, remember to subscribe to the Back to Me podcast, College and Beyond. I'm your host, Yoli Tamu. Leave a review at the end of this podcast, and if you would like to learn more about our book club and other special events, join the Back to Me podcast Facebook group, or simply text Back to Me to 833-206-4565. Until next time, be well.